The temperature's dropped, which means it's that time of year again for Lindeman Lake in Chilliwack, BC to have a nice thick layer of ice on it. This lake only freezes over for a short period of time each year, but it's by far one of my favorite lakes to swim due to its crystal blue waters, and it's only a short hike, but definitely requires some spikes in order to walk safely up the icy trail.
We're up Lindeman Lake now. Got Steve working hard here, chopping a hole in the ice. So I already chopped mine over there. We got a couple going here for safety. Yeah, the ice has a couple layers, so it looks like it froze once, about 2-3 inches thick, and then the water dropped and then it froze again. So there's like,
up water, hey?
yeah, when you break through. Yeah, so there's 2 layers of ice there, and chopping to the second one sucks because there's like 2-3 inches of water between the 2 layers. And yes, an ice saw would be way better, except where I live, they're just not common. So I knew a few people with augers, but I didn't feel like buying a saw for like 150, 200 bucks and using it once. So maybe one day I'll buy one or something. But you can see lots of fun. The axe works, so oh well. Takes a little bit longer, but it's worth it.
It takes a lot of effort to chop holes through this ice, as it's about 8 inches thick at some of the thicker points. So, as the saying goes, work smart, not hard. So we hired some help. As it turns out, dinosaurs are actually really efficient at chopping holes through ice, and many people don't know this, but T-Rexes were not only an apex predator on dry land, but they'd evolved to be able to catch prey by cutting and smashing holes through the ice. I think this is one of the first recorded videos of seeing a T-Rex actually catching its prey through the ice, so it was a pretty cool thing to see this in the wild. Once we'd finished chopping a few holes in the ice, we got ready for the dive and hopped right in. I do want to make one thing as clear as this water. This is by no means a safe activity, and there are some serious risks, obviously, that could result in your death if you attempt this by yourself. We had some safety talks leading up to this, and I cannot stress it enough, so please do not try this by yourself or without proper training and safety procedures in place. One thing we get asked often is how are you not cold while diving in a lake that's literally covered by ice? There's a couple factors that come into play with this, and first and foremost, it's most important to have the proper gear. We each have different suits, but they are all 7mm. My particular suit is the Red Rock by Bouchot, and it keeps me nice and warm in the water. The other thing that some people don't think about is while above the water, the air might be -10. However, the water itself can only be as cold as 1 degree, or it would be ice. I mean, there are exceptions to this, but in our case, my watch read the water temperature at a toasty 2 degrees Celsius, so our suits were able to keep us nice and warm during this dive. I said this in my last ice diving video last year, but it's absolutely amazing the silence of being below the ice. Unlike the open water, there's this calm with no waves, no current, no other life but you surrounded by the water with only a small hole on the surface. The reason I like freediving so much is that it's just you and the water. There's no regulator, no dive computer, nothing to contend with. The sense of peace and how you have to be relaxed during something that would cause so many people to have so much panic. This sport definitely isn't for everyone, but it's definitely one for me. The last 2 years since starting freediving, I've made some amazing new friends, and some of my older friends have started doing this with me. I can't get over how awesome it is to have some of my best friends do the sport with me that I love so much. So just a big thanks to Steve, Selena, and Heather for coming out and enjoying this beautiful day with me. It was so much fun, and I'm glad I get to share it with all you guys. Like I talked about earlier, I do really want to stress safety. So just be super careful whenever you're around ice. As I'm showing you right here, it might look strong, but if you get too close or you get a soft spot, you can go right through. And unless you know what you're doing, that could be really bad.
Nice job, guys. Take care.